have a scene here of a plane on one layer and the propeller on another layer. In fact, let's just name this layer propeller. I want to rotate the propeller as the timeline is moving, and I've got a 24 frame per second rate. So I'm going to come out here to 24 frames. I'm going to insert a keyframe, and then I'm going to create a classic tween. Under the tweening section in the properties for the frame, there is a rotate option. And I can choose to rotate it clockwise, counterclockwise, auto, or none. I'm going to do clockwise. And I'm going to extend the plane down on its layer. And let's just watch this animation. So there's the propeller rotating, and it's rotating a little slow. I'm going to want to rotate that more than one time per second. And you'll notice at the top, when the red tip is at the top up here, there's a slight delay. And that is because in our animation sequence, frame 24 is exactly the same as frame 25. So here's how I'm going to fix that. First of all, I'm going to insert another frame. So I actually have 25 frames. And I want to have this rotate 3 times. So in the rotation, there's also a multiplier over here on the right-hand side off of rotate. And I can select that and type in 3. So now let's just run this again. So now it's rotating 3 times faster, and there's still a little bit of a pause. If you look at the red tip, when it hits the top up here and it's transitioning from frame 25 back to frame 1, those frames are exactly the same. So it's in that one position twice rather than just one frame. So here's how we fix that. So frame 25 is the same as frame 1. Frame 24, it's approaching that point towards the top. And so I'm just going to convert that into a keyframe. And now I'm going to delete frame 25. Let's also delete it on our plane so the propeller doesn't disappear momentarily. And so now we have the red tip at the top. It's rotating around. And so as it comes back around, it's going to jump from there to frame 1. Let's test and see how it looks. So there is the rotation classical tween. We might also use this in a second-hand sweep over a minute period. So here I have 12 frames per second. I want to run this for 60 seconds, and I want the second-hand sweep to basically rotate around once in a minute. Now I added a couple extra keyframes in here because of the angle that I've got this. The second hand's going to be really long here and really short over here. So about every quarter turn, I'm adjusting the length of the second hand. You might pick that up as you watch this animate. If I hadn't pointed out, you may not even notice it. Let's test. And there's our animation. One more, I've got this jalopy, and I have some tires. I have a rear tire and a front tire. They're the same movie clip, but over the course of the 120 frames that's playing at 12 frames or 24 frames per second, it's going to be 5 seconds. those tires are going to rotate 5 times. So let me test this. And it also has some classic tweens happening with the tree in the background and the fire hydrant going past, as well as the jalopy itself moving up and down.